Bruh. And exhale, bruh. What the fuck? Barcelona does it again, bruh. Puts us through this fucking bullshit. Can we please, I'm begging you, bruh. At the weekend against Real Valladolid, please just give me a calm win, bro. Please. Please. Nigga, you putting me through it right now, Barcelona. Please, nigga. Please, bro. A calm 3-0, 3 points in the bag, get up out of there, easy win, bro. God damn, man. But oh my goodness, yeah. Another fucking roller coaster of a game. Barcelona 3, Inter Milan 3. And yeah, another fucking game of the season contender if you're a neutral. If you're a neutral, Barcelona must be that must be prime time television, bro. This is, I mean, every game is just, every big game is just, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, bro. You don't know what's gonna happen in a lot of these games, bro. But yeah, um, 3-3. Uh, Typical Barcelona, shot it out, go down 2-0 early, bounce back, tie it. Inter goes up 3-2. We grab the tying goal 3-3 and get out of there with a draw going into the second leg at Inter. Normally would be really upset with a draw at home going away second leg, but given the way this game went, I don't know. This game was so chaotic, it was so crazy. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't the worst result in the world. Um, but yeah, let's get into the game, man. Get into the lineups. Today we went with Chesney, Jules Koundé right back, Cabarsi, Nico Martinez in the middle, Gerard Martin left back, obviously Balde. De Jong, Pedri double pivot, Olmo in front at 10, Rafinha, Yamal in the wings, and obviously Lewandowski still hurt, so we went with Ferran up top. And within a minute, the first minute of the game, we concede immediately. Uh, they catch us out, ball in, crossed in, and Thuram off like a back flick scores in like 30 seconds in, and I'm like, oh brother, here we go. Like, so go down 1-0. After that, we get a lot of the ball. We're trying to control the game, starting to control the game a bit more. We're getting on the ball a lot more, and then Inter catch us out again, get a corner off a corner kick. They win a header, and fucking Dumfries, ridiculous volley, 2-0, and it's like the 20 something minute. What goal was that? Was the 21st minute, and I'm like, here we go, bro. Like the tie's looking like it's damn near already over, 2-0. But as you know, with this Barcelona team, man, it ain't over till it's over, bro. And immediately after that, the rest of the first half, it was just us pretty much putting belt to ass. We could control the game. Pedri and De Jong really start to dictate the game, getting on the ball a lot, making things tick, especially Pedri, who today was outstanding. We'll talk about that later. Getting on the ball, making things tick. And then, who we'll talk about later, but Lamine Yamal picks up the ball, kind of like beats, I forgot who it was, beats someone on a half turn, kind of like glides past another defender, gets it in, cuts inside on his left foot, and hits it far post, dinks off the post, goes in 2-1 out of nowhere. We're like kind of back in it, not out of nowhere. We had a lot of the ball at that point, to be honest. But I think this was immediately after the second goal, though. This was Yamal's the 24th minute. So right after, that's how we respond. Gets the crowd back up. Everyone was starting to gain some momentum, and then 14 minutes later, Pedri plays a ball in over top. Rafinha heads it back across. Ferran, the easy sitter, taps it in 2-2, and the momentum that's fully swung back in our way. And yeah, the rest of the half we're like trying to score, trying to get one again before half. Nothing comes of it. We go to half 2-2 with a lot of the momentum, like I said, having like swung back our way. And you're thinking like, all right, bet in this second half, like we might be smooth, we might be all right. And no, we start the half immediately. Inter creates a couple chances. Um, I think they might have had a corner early to start the half. They had a couple crosses. They like Inter immediately got on us early in the second half, and then in the 63rd minute, Dumfries scores again off a corner kick, and I think he just straight up dunks on Olmo. And I forgot to say, oh yeah, in that first half, Well, we'll get back into that. We'll get back into that. Let's go through the goals first. So yeah, uh, he just straight up dunks on Olmo. Like whips in the ball, he just jumps over top of him, header, and this is like clear as day that like you know we're a relatively smaller team, especially with what's it called, Lewandowski out. Our midfield is small. Our front three is small. Or I guess Lamine Yamal's like relatively tall, like sneaky tall, but he's like I mean he's not like big physical, like trying to get in their head, balls out and stuff like that. So like we're a small team, and we're playing a fucking basketball team, bro. It feels like they are just fucking dunking on us. Every single aerial duel felt like we was losing. Like they are really just like you need some grown men out there, bro. And when, we're a bunch of techie kids when the ball's on the ground, and you feel me, we get to play all that cute shit, yeah. But Inter is out there trying to knock it long, win aerial duels, whip in crosses, get on it, and they are just dunking on us, like outmatching us physically, and yeah, they just trying to beat us up for real. That's how they trying to play, and shit, man, you can't knock them. They got a 3-3 draw. They got 3 goals out of us today off wanting to play like that. So yeah, like Dumfries gets a third goal, and then immediately after that, um, I think it was off a corner kick. Rafinha scores an absolute screamer outside the box. It gets laid off to him, and he just uh, I don't even remember. Was that off a corner? And it wasn't even Rafinha's goal. Let me go actually look at the goal because I'm like forgetting the build up of that goal. But either way, it gets laid off to Rafinha, and ball gets laid off to Rafinha, and he just smacks it, hits the crossbar. Jan Sommer goes to dive to save it, hits the crossbar, hits off his back, and goes in. So I think it ends up counting as a Jan Sommer own goal, and 3-3. And then the rest of the game, I feel like we kind of had chances, especially the last like 15 minutes. It felt like we were really starting to apply pressure and try and get a fourth. Lamine Yamal had another like dinked ball far post that hits the crossbar that we almost score of. Like he was almost trying to play it to Rafinha, and it kind of got away from him a bit. But yeah, like the end of the game, it looked like we were trying to get one, trying to grab a winner late, but it doesn't come off. Inter Milan, it felt like the entire game, they're just cross after cross. They're just heading out, defending out, clearing out. And yeah, they were able to get out of there with a 3-3 tie. And like I said, not the worst result in the world, I don't think, for us, considering how the game went. It was so chaotic. Everything was so, you feel me, all over the place. I feel like it could have been a bit worse. But hey, on the Inter, got to go to Milan and get a win, man. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough as hell, man. But like I said, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, player performances. Like I said, we'll get into. Um, Gerard Martin again, bro. What more can I say? Like I said, bro. Early in this year, I would have super shitted on Gerard Martin, would have slandered him, would have said how trash he is, and he's not good. Let me get that clear. But he is clearly not cut out for this level. This is just a level too high for him. Maybe in a couple of these low level league games and stuff like that, you can kind of feel it. But this level here is too high. It's too much for him. He's not ready for it. He doesn't really offer us anything going forward in defense. And that's why I say I kind of tip my cap to him because in defense, I think he's been like solid. Like anytime he's really had to he's been isolated and has to do a real bit of one-on-one defending against like a tricky winger who might be good 1v1. Yeah, like you're holding your breath. Like odds are in that winger's favor every time. But I think he's just been solid. I think, like I said, he's just been like this is just a level above what he's at, and he's holding on. Like I can't really knock anything else. Like I want to slander him, but I can't, bro. This is clearly like too high of a level for him to be playing at, and he's holding on, man. So he's not making like an absolute embarrassment of himself out there and like completely costing us games. Definitely every time he plays, it shows how much you miss Balde, especially going forward, his ball carrying ability and to get out of tight situations and his dribbling and all that stuff. But yeah, like he's just not cut out for this level. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to bid, I'm not trying to like clown him, or not trying, you feel me? But he's just not cut out. But I salute him, man. He's holding on. So yeah, he ends up getting subbed at half though. We bring Araujo on, which we needed. Like I said, we're losing every aerial duel. And that's first half especially, it was a lot worse, I felt like, in terms of like aerial duels. But yeah, we bring Araujo on at half for like a big, more physical. This is his type of game, you know what I'm saying? A lot more physical defending, like They're trying to knock it long when like I say, aerial duels, uh, like being all physical, bumping and pushing around with strikers and all that with Turam and yeah. So this is more like his territory. I thought, and we pushed Inigo out to left back like we did towards the end versus Madrid in the Copa del Rey, and yeah, like Gerard Martin was whatever. Inigo Martinez, I thought he was all right today. Again, I do got to tip my hat because he looked all right at left back. To be honest, he probably looks a bit better than Gerard Martin at left back, which low bar. You know what I'm saying? But both of them, it really just shows how bad we missed Balde. They're saying Balde might be back for the second leg, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we really, really badly missed Balde. But yeah, like I thought Inigo was solid today. With the first goal, you can maybe put some blame on him. He slips. I think I know there's like a smear campaign amongst a lot of Barcelona fans on Araujo after like this summer and him almost leaving and stuff like that. I think if that's Araujo who slips like that, he's probably getting the belt right now on Twitter or whatever. But yeah, Inigo's like a fan favorite, so people will probably let it slide. Like I said, he's not like a fan favorite of mine. I appreciate what he's done on a free transfer to come in and start week in, week out for us. Big games, league games. Like on a free transfer, bro. If you can get someone that could be a week in, week out starter, especially when you're playing at this level, it's not like it's not. This is last year. We look bad. We like one of the best teams in Europe, and he's been a key part of that. He's been a week in, week out starter for us. So I can't knock it at all. I mean, I tip my hat to him every time. I thought he was like solid. Outside of that goal, I thought he was solid today. Does what he normally does. Cabarsi, I thought was really good today. Playing out the back, uh, winning some duels when he had to win some duels. Made a big slide tackle for us on Thuram, who was through at one point in the second half. Picks up a yellow and he gets subbed late for I think he got subbed like 80th minute. We brought on Christensen, which was fucking insane. Bringing on Christensen, who hasn't played for. I think they said this was his first time playing for us since the very first league game against Valencia this year. Because I think I said in the previous video, I was like, I don't know if Christensen's played at all. I know he had been cleared and he had been practicing with us the last few weeks, and I'm thinking maybe you'll get him on. I think we played a league game a couple weeks ago. He was cleared for. Might have played a couple league games he's been cleared for. I'm thinking maybe he'll try and get him on late, and bringing him on late in this game is absolutely insane. Obviously, nothing comes of it. Pretty much, he came on the last like 10 minutes, and we had all the ball, so he wasn't really asked to do much. But yeah, I thought that was wild as hell. I was like, what the fuck, Christensen? Like that's wild. I'm a big fan of Christensen, especially as a squad player. He's been great for us since he's came. I think this is his third year now. He's been great for us. When he's asked to play a six, he's asked to play center back. Wherever we asked to play him as a starter off the bench, he's been great for us. He's a key squad player for us. I'm a big fan of his. I don't know if this was the time to kind of throw him in the fire like this, but yeah, he came in, wasn't asked to do much. We had all the possessions, so I guess, it ended up working out. But yeah, Christensen comes on. Like I said, Cabarsi was really good to me today. And Jules Koundé, man. Jules Koundé, man. I couldn't cry, but it hurt a nigga, man. That shit hurt a nigga bad, man. My dog been a warrior for us. Uh, I mean, he plays like every fucking minute, every game. And of all times, man, of all times, bro, my dog went down. That shit hurt, bro. Went down, I think in like the 40th minute of the first half. It was like around that time. That shit hurt, man. It looks like he's probably going to miss the second leg. He's just been steady for us, man. Always there, always available. Plays every minute of every game. Hasn't got hurt. And, of course, of all times for him to get hurt now, the most important stretch of the year. That's tough, man. But, yeah. He played like 40 minutes. He was solid. Jules Koundé always does what he does. Thought he was like... no, actually, I think the first goal was low-key kind of on him a bit. Yeah. Outside of that, I mean, he only played 40 minutes. I thought he looks like solid, I guess. But the first goal, he kind of had a weak clearance. I think it was a bit too harsh. Some of the commentators were like killing him. Like, what a bad clearance. But I think it was a bit harsh maybe by the commentators. But yeah, he definitely could have had a better clearance. They whipped in a cross. He tries to clear it out with his left foot. goes like, I don't know, maybe like 5 yards outside the 18. It falls right back. So I think Barella picks it up. He plays it, and they whip in a ball, and they get their first goal. But first or second goal, I think, or the first goal. I think that was the first goal. I think that was like immediately when the game starts. But yeah, he definitely could have done better there on that clearance. I think it was on his left foot too, so it was like a weak foot clearance. But I think it was a bit harsh. I think it kind of just happened so fast. He was just trying to get anything on it to get it out, and it fell to Barella, and they scored. But yeah, I thought he was solid outside of that though. But yeah, it was only 40 minutes, so it's not like he was able to do much. Um, yeah, but that's gonna hurt though. Straight up, that's gonna hurt. Missing Kunde is gonna hurt. And we brought in Eric Garcia, put him at right back, and I was absolutely panicking when I saw that. I'm thinking enter and these counters, and they have already caught us out twice early. I think it was 2-2 when that happened. We had already scored our second goal when Jules Koundé got hurt, but they had already scored their first two early goals, and I'm like, damn man, I don't know about Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia and Gerard Martin was still in at that time, so I'm like Eric Garcia and Gerard Martin are fullbacks with this counterattacking, fucking these counterattacking demons that we're going against right now. I don't know about that, but salute to Eric Garcia, bro. Like hey man, I was never a fan of him his whole entire Barcelona tenure, and I'm still not a fan of him at center back at all, unless it's a game where we have all the ball. Um, and he's not asked. I think anytime he's asked to do any defending, even against low level teams, it looks shaky. So I'm not a fan of him as a center back. But bro, I mean, he's played a bit of center back for us, right back six in that midfield role. Man, he's just been he's held it down, bro. Like it's like a complete 180 turnaround from last year. I feel like all the guys. So I'm like, man, this guy stinks. Get him out of here. They're coming in. They're playing a solid role for us. Eric Garcia does a. I thought he held it down at right back today. I thought he was really solid. Um, won the ball back, high pressing a couple times for us. Made some good passes. Helped knock the ball around. I thought he was really solid today. And that was one of my biggest fears I saw him coming. I thought he was going to get absolutely baked on a counter, but he held it down. So salute to Eric Garcia. Um, yeah, solid performance. And Pedri and we'll get to them later. Yeah, we'll get to them later. But um, Olmo today at 10, I thought he was alright. You know, maybe a bit off from his normal Olmo. Had a couple moments in and around the box where he tried to like do some almost shit, like some cool 1-2 touches, try to beat someone on a half turn. I know he had one. I think it was in the first half. He like Frankie De Jong kind of played like a. It was a really good ball to him, and it was really like it was like a line breaking pass in Olmo with a defender on his back. It's one of them passes you play when you're like, hey, bro, this guy is ridiculous on the half turn. This is where he wants it. Let me just kind of throw him a grenade and see if he makes anything out of it. And he almost does. He catches it, tries to take it on the half turn, and kind of takes a deflection and he's able to like kind of. It's like looks like he's about to lose it. It's like a 50-50 ball. He's kind of able to knock it in front of him, and I think it was DeMarco was able to like kind of sweep it up and clear it out. But he almost was through 1v1 with the keeper of kind of just typical Olmo in and around the box on the half turn. He just loves receiving in tight areas and trying to make something out of nothing. And he almost did there. But for the most part today, I thought he was like, all right. He had a couple moments like that where it was like, oh yeah, quick combination plays and stuff like that. But for the most part, he was all right. And Ferran does what he does, bro. I mean, is there a better backup striker in the world right now? I mean, this guy's just ridiculous. Like when you need a goal, Ferran's there, bro. General play, I thought he was maybe pretty quiet today, but grabs a goal on the second one. Like I said, Pedri balling over top, Rafinha heads it back across. Easy tap in for Ferran, and hey, he got his goal, bro. This guy, he's a goal scoring machine this year. Off the bench, starting, it doesn't matter. He's always there when you need somebody to do a job. So, tip my hat again to Ferran, doing what he does best, and then Rafinha, bro. Rafinha, who in the first half, I thought he was terrible. I thought he was horrible. There was a couple plays, like a couple times he got the ball in like more advantageous positions in the final third, and it was like final ball wasn't there, touch was off, and he's losing it. And I'm like, man, this is looking like another Rafinha down game. I don't really know. And then he gets the assist on the second goal, and I'm like, all right, like maybe that'll like get him going or whatever. And Then out of nowhere in that second half, scores an absolute well, I guess it doesn't count for him. It counts as a Jan Sommer own goal, but absolute screamer. He just smashes it off the crossbar, hits off his back, and I mean that's what he's done for us all year. When you need a big moment, Rafinha's been there. When you need a goal, when you need an assist in a big game, that's what he does. That's why he's been in the Ballon d'Or conversation. When your output is this high, especially in big games when the world is watching, and you keep performing like this, I mean, it's only so much. Like I could say as someone who might not be the biggest fan, I mean, it's only so much a hater could say, bro. But Rafinha, another big goal, another big assist. But then I want to get into who I thought were probably our three best players today. And I want to give the praise to Szczesny too, who I thought made a couple good plays, like coming out, knocking the ball. He's been great as like a sweeper keeper for us, kind of like coming out, being that last line of defense, running outside of his box, heading the ball clear. He did a couple times, kicking it out of bounds when he has to, clearing it. So yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to that because I feel like I might not have. There's been a few games where I feel like I might have forgot to like really mention him, and I feel like he's been solid for us. But now I want to get into I feel like was our three best players today, and that's Frankie De Jong, Pedri, and Lamine Yamal. De Jong, I thought was just this is who De Jong has been for the other than a few bozo moments here and there. I think this is who he's been since 2020, the turn of the new year, since 2025 has started. He's just been Mr. Consistent, in possession, out of possession, making plays, helping things tick, getting it forward, getting out of pressure. Him and Pedri controlling games in that midfield. This is what he's been. I thought he was great for us today. Obviously, Lamine Yamal today is going to steal all the headlines. I'm going to talk about that. But him and Pedri today, I thought were the unsung heroes. And Pedri Gonzalez, bro. This guy, bro. There might have been like 4 or 5 times today where he was just throwing an absolute grenade. And somebody was like, hey, bro, like, make something out of this shit. Like, don't lose the ball. And he somehow half turn out of it, like a slick touch and body feint and get. I do not know how this guy does it, bro. He just absolutely refuses to lose the ball. He was ridiculous today, especially in that first half. Oh, my goodness. In that first half, he was just helping make things tick, getting the ball forward, creating a chance for Rafinha to get an assist to Ferran. And in the second half, it was more of him just kind of helping things tick. He's ridiculous, man. He is ridiculous, bro. And, like I said, Rafinha gets his goal and assist today. And, he's been a GA demon for us this year. And every team needs one of those guys that is just you can count on to get you a goal and assist in big games. But Pedri and Lamine Yamal are just, like, every time you actually watch the game, week in, week out, full 90, they are just on another level, bro. Another level. Like I said in previous videos, Lamine Yamal might be the best player in the world. Pedri is the best midfielder in the world. And he goes out there and proves it again today. He was absolutely brilliant, bro. And Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, bro. Words can't describe this game. I genuinely am out of words to describe what I'm watching when I watch this kid play soccer, bro. Football, soccer, whatever. I cannot believe my eyes, bruh. This nigga is 17 years of age. That Lamine Yamal performance, bruh. Especially if we're going to win this tie at Inter, that's a historic performance. Like, that is absolutely outrageous. You are not supposed to be this good at 17, bro. I've never seen anything like this kid in my life. I've never seen anything like this kid in my life, bro. Like, his goal. That is ridiculous. I think Dumfries won man of the match today. Shout out to him. He was great today, Dumfries. But, I mean, everybody who watched the game know who the man of the match was, bro. I mean, this kid's unreal. I don't even know what to say. Like, everything was going through him today. Everything. It's like, there was like a 25-minute stretch in that first half. When we scored both goals, literally, it looked like our game plan was just get the ball to Pedri and build up. In the final third, get the ball to Lamine Yamal and pray to God he'd create something. And he was creating something, bro. scores the first, like 5 minutes later, takes DeMarco on 1v1, cuts it back on his left foot, smacks it, hits off the crossbar, like crosses. He had a cross where Jan Sommer just was able to get like a fingertip on it and stop it from being a tap in for I think Rafinha. Like he was absolutely unreal today. Like everything was going through him. I don't even have the words to describe this kid anymore. This is a future all-time great. He's already at 17 years old playing like an all-time great. Pray to God, pray to every God possible that he stays injury-free in his career because this is a gem of a talent. This fuck just football, fuck just soccer. This is one of the best athletes I've ever this I've never seen anything like this from a 17-year-old in any sport. I'm a diehard basketball fan, diehard NFL football fan. I've never seen anything like this from someone. This is unbelievable. This is one of the best athletes I've ever seen in my life as a teenager. Ever. Like the trajectory for this kid, the sky is the limit. Space is the limit. The fucking anything, bro. Past the sky. This kid is unbelievable, bro. The world is yours, bro. He can be anything he wants to be. And I cannot believe what I'm watching week in, week out when I watch this kid play, bro. He carried us in that first half, but carried us. Like, literally decided we are not losing. Everybody get on my back and carried us, bro. Like, he's unbelievable. Almost didn't play today. That's the crazy thing. He got a knock warming up today. And they're like, it's looking 50-50. Fermin Lopez is warming up. He might not play. And then comes on and does that. Like, he's unreal. Just give him the ball sometime. When nothing's working out, just give Lamine Yamal the ball and let him cook, bro. Like, it's Messi-esque, some of the things he's doing. Like, he literally just makes something out of absolutely nothing. That first goal is him making something out of it. He's unbelievable, bro. I could talk about him all day. He was by far the man of the match. Shout out to Dumfries, like I said, but everybody who watched it knows. And, yeah, 3-3, on to Inter, Real Valladolid at the weekend. Sit Lamine Yamal, sit Pedri, and, yeah, those two definitely. Need to sit those two. Those two are probably gassed. You know, at the end, Pedro was starting to look a bit tired. He came off at the end and Gavi comes on in the I think like 83rd minute or something like that. And Gavi had a calm little cameo. Like I said, he only played 10 minutes, so he didn't do much. But yeah, sit Pedri, sit Lamine Yamal at the weekend. And yeah. He's unreal though. You know, there's really not much to say about him. Uh, on the Real Valladolid at the weekend, get them some rest. That's a big game, obviously, because you want to go into that Real Madrid game, which I think is our next league game after that. You want to go into that game up 4 points still, so even it's not like a must win. But yeah, that he's unreal. Uh, like I said, chaotic game today. Lots of ups and downs, roller coaster. But on the Inter, everything to play for. Basically 0-0, going to a tie. And yeah, on the Real Valladolid the weekend. And then back at it on Tuesday, man. Another war.